Welcome back to Newsline. I'm Lily Beamish.
And I'm Alex Cameron.
Time for a look at the latest in sport now. Reporter Matthew Unan joins us.
Good evening. In the AFL, in a coup for Carlton, the Blues have appointed former Hawthorn and Collingwood football boss Graham Wright as Deputy CEO. Wright is highly regarded in the AFL as being hugely successful, having helped lead the Hawks and Pies to premierships. The former Collingwood boss will shadow Brian Cook next year before taking over in 2026. Bulldogs premiership star Caleb Daniel is expected to recommit to the club despite strong interest from North Melbourne. While GWS is still deciding whether it will ramp up its interest in Essendon forward Jake Stringer. The Socceroos are determined to get their World Cup qualifying back on track under new coach Tony Popovic when they meet China tomorrow at the Adelaide Oval. It will be Popovic's first game in charge after taking over from former Socceroos coach Graham Arnold, who stepped down last month. Comes after disappointing results against Bahrain and Indonesia, where the Socceroos failed to find the back of the net in both games. In tennis, Australian duo Alexei Popyrin and Alexander Vukic have been knocked out of the Shanghai Masters. Popyrin lost to Bulgarian 8th seed Grigor Dimitrov in straight sets 6-7, 2-6. While the second seed Vukic went down to Czech Tomas Makac, who won 6-4, 6-2. To the Women's T20 Cricket World Cup now, Australia has defeated New Zealand in Sharjah in the United Arab Emirates. It was a dominant performance by the Aussies, outclassing the Kiwis and cementing their spot at the top of Group A. And that's all for sport. Back to you, Lily and Alex.
To the weather now, where James Beale has the forecast ahead. What are we expecting, James?
Good evening. It was a rather overcast day in Melbourne today, starting off with a cool 8 degrees in the morning, with temperatures peaking at 13 degrees in the afternoon. Now looking ahead to tomorrow across the country, Sydney is expected to reach a top of 18 degrees around 2 o'clock, and it will be even cooler in Canberra, starting with a low of a chilly 4 degrees before reaching a top of 13 in the nation's capital. Down south in Adelaide, it's expected to be sunny and it'll reach a top of 17 degrees early in the afternoon before a late cool change. Meanwhile in Hobart, it's expected to reach a maximum of 14 degrees about midday before fading down to a low of 7 degrees late in the evening. Those in Perth and Brisbane can brace for a cool start to the day before sunshine sets in later in the morning, with Perth reaching a top of 22 and Brisbane a sunny 21 degrees. While up north in Darwin, it's expected to reach the nationwide top of 32 degrees. Looking ahead for the week, Melbourne will be cold tomorrow with a chance of a shower or two with a top of 14 degrees, before experiencing some sunshine on Thursday and Friday with temperatures getting up towards 17 degrees. It will remain cloudy for the weekend, with both days reaching a top of 15 degrees, while Sunday will be cloudy with a chance of rain. Next week looks similar. Overcast on Monday, and get your umbrellas out as there's a chance of showers on Tuesday, with both days expected to reach a top of 13 degrees. That's all for the week to come. Back to you, Alex and Lily.
Thank you, James. Well, that's our show for today. Thank you for joining us on Newsline. I'm Lily Beamish.
And I'm Alex Cameron. We'll be back on air tomorrow at the same time. Thank you and have a good night, Melbourne.